I think it's possible, but I also think that the longer this goes on, the more the Broncos' chances increase of getting into the chat for a couple of reasons. Number one, if this ends up being protracted beyond this year's draft and even into the
Yes.
season, well, then that messes the Dolphins up unless they can accumulate some more future draft
Sure.
capital, and they may be a little further down the road with Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
The other thing for the Broncos is George Paton has talked about being in kind of asset accumulation mode. The Vikings were a team that liked to trade down. He has talked about how he wants to have a lot of picks
Yep.
and a lot of possibilities. So you look at this year, and it's an intriguing draft, no doubt, but it's also compared to every other draft, it's a lower information draft because of how the pandemic has affected everything. So they're sitting there at 9. Let's say, like you said, 4 quarterbacks have gone off the board. And then you may have some teams that are picking in the teens to 20s that get a little bit frisky about saying, okay, well, if Mac Jones is still there, we better make sure we try to get him right now. And this is where the Broncos kind of being a little coy might help them out because they could give the impression, hey, they might take a quarterback because there are all sorts of possibilities. But if they could trade down for a team that's looking for a quarterback and get, say, a future one in 2022 out of the deal, then all of a sudden the Broncos have some extra capital to work with if the Deshaun Watson thing goes on.
Yeah,
And
makes
then if they
sense.
don't,
Yeah.
yeah.